G'day guys, welcome to the first supercoach video, and so basically I'll be doing a round review after each round, basically my team, my trades, how everything's looking, and yes, let's get into it. So had a good start to the round, good start to the year actually. I was 464th, out of 150,000, which is about top 0.2 or 0.3%, which I'm incredibly happy with, especially with all the blunders with Grundy and Gorn and the ruck duo. But just to kick it off. So this is how my team looked after round one. I haven't done any trades yet, so had obviously Lloyd, which most of you sure had. I thought Lloyd, although he did get 98 for his price, I felt like nothing to worry about there, as he missed his Amy game, and the Swans were like a really fast-paced team on the weekend, and he didn't really get his cheapies that Lloyd normally gets. So wouldn't be worried about Lloyd at all. Laird scored well, 102. He played in the mid a lot, which is a good sign, seeing that, mid score a lot better than defenders. So I reckon Laird's, got to be a keeper and got to definitely be a top six mid defender for the year. So Chris was my pod in the defence, and I don't know, like 84 is for 533k is kind of an alright score, but I felt like he got a lot of the ball, but he's had a few turnovers, had a few holding balls against him, which probably brought his score down. So, I'm going to look to keep Chris and see how he goes in the next few weeks. So Short got 100, which, if you looked at his Amy game, he obviously got 170, and you would think 100's a pretty bad game for Short, but he only had 23 touches and he got tagged in the first half. So I think 100 points is actually a very good outcome for Short, and yes, I wouldn't be worried about him at all. So Hayden Young, I don't think his ownership was too high. Hayden Young, let me see, 18% of teams, so 18%, that's not too high. But 88 is obviously a really good score for someone that's 279k. So Hayden Young, if you don't have him in, probably look to get him in, because he was taking all the kickouts in front of Luke Ryan, and obviously Luke Ryan's a senior player, and known to be a good ball distributor, so it's good signs that Hayden Young's taking the kickouts. So Highmore really impressed me. He got a lot of racked up a lot of handballs in the back line, which obviously doesn't score well in Supercoach. But I feel like over the coming weeks he'll translate those to kicks, and obviously kicks get you a lot more. So I feel like he was a bit not nervous, but kind of like looking for the better ball user in his first game, which obviously is expected for a first game. But 6 is a pretty good score for a 117k rookie. So yeah, good signs from Highmore. So the defense, I think everyone's defense is pretty good. What let them down was their rucks, and so even their forwards. So Kaczynski and Sharp on the bench. I didn't really think Sharp would play, but seeing that he's playing, I had to get him in because the defensive rookies are really low this year. So there's not too many of them. So you have to get Sharp in. I don't know how long he'll play for, but 51's alright, and Kaczynski 53 is pretty good. He should get a game every week. So onto the midfield, a lot of people didn't start Neil, and I went with Neil, and 77 is obviously very disappointing. And I don't really know, because I don't know where Neil's going to go in the next couple of weeks, because a lot of people didn't have him, and he's 721k, and 77 is obviously a really low score. But look, if you're panic trading Neil now, then I don't think Supercoach is for you, because trading a primo for a primo, or even downgrading him right now, is very bad trade to do, and I think you have to wait to see how it goes in the next couple of weeks to trade him out, if you're going to trade him out. McRae, I feel like he should have got 130 or a bit higher. He had, 35 and a goal, or even or something like that, and 180 is obviously still good, but I thought McRae should have scored higher. So even for the doggies mids, I think McRae is someone you need to have, as he just gets too much of the ball to not have him. Merritt I thought was stiff. Should have got a few more than 105. Again, had 30, upwards of 30 in a goal, I think. So Merritt, obviously, he's always going to get the 30 touch game, but it's whether or not how well he distributes the ball, which determines his points. So Boak was my pod for in the midfield, like Chris was in the back line, and he was playing North, but 160 is against anyone's obviously an unbelievable score. And I feel like a lot of people will try to trade him in for Rowell or for Danger. but I don't think he's someone you should be trading in after round 2, as Boak can be. He's getting old now. He's like 32, but hopefully he stays as well for the year. And yeah, Boak's. Well, I'll probably wait another week see how Boak goes because he did play North, but yeah, Boak's a good pick this year. Taranto, I think you must have Taranto. He's just too cheap. 450k for someone that is an elite midfielder on a pretty good team. He's just you can't go past Taranto. 107 on the weekend. Just did it all really. Jordan Clark, I feel like he's too cheap to not have. Like, I don't really rate Jordan Clark as a player, but 240k mid defender, dual position player, you just got to have him, whether it's in your defence or midfield. I feel like he's a lock. Tom Powell, 53. Tom Powell played majority forward, which I feel like as a high possession getter in TSC Cup, he should start in the mid. But I guess it was his first game. He did kick a goal, had a few score involvements. So yeah, I'm obviously not too disappointed with 53, even though it wasn't my field. But I feel like he can get 70 or 80 even for the year. And now Golden, 3 goals, 20 touches. His debut in the wet in the Gabba against a strong Brisbane Lions team. You can't get really much better than that. So Gordon, I reckon you've got to have him. Like, if you don't have Gordon for a reason, you've got to get him in. If it's training one of your rookies out this early, you just got to have him. He looks like one of the best kicks in the league already, and I reckon he'll score pretty much every week. And Berry, I feel like Berry can be a field option instead of Powell, but I think Powell is just the way to go right now. Downey was in medical sub, but I'm going to keep him for a loophole option in case if he doesn't play, and if he plays, it's a bonus, I guess. And Scott from 102k was pretty good on his debut with 60, which is obviously very good for a 102k. And his break even's minus 20, so yeah. So Gordon Draper, I didn't go Grundy because Grundy looked very sluggish in the Amy game, and I felt like he wasn't going to score well this year, which I may be wrong because we did only score 70 in the first round, but you never know how he did the same last year, I think, and then went on to average 120. But hopefully he doesn't keep that up, and hopefully he scores like low scores this year and doesn't look at his best, to be honest. And Gorn scored 90 last year and then went on to score 170 next week, and he's on Paul Hunter next week, so I reckon he can get 180, even higher than 180. I reckon he's a captain option for this week. And then Draper, I'm going to keep Draper, see how he goes. Hopefully he can make me a bit of cash. What's his break even? 65, so I reckon he can get 80s, 90s. And you save 300k from Grundy, so I reckon Draper's a pretty good pick. And Flynn, well, he can be R2 even if he goes tons up every week. But for now, I'm going to have Draper. But you must have Flynn. You can't have Hunter or Meek. Flynn's, the most definite choice. So in the forward line, Dusty. There's no really words for Dusty. You got to have Dusty. Whether he's inconsistent or not, the one game where he gets 160 is always going to kill you. Phillips, I don't know about Phillips. He did kick a goal, which I don't know. He drifted forward a bit, which probably hurt his midfield time and score. But I feel like for 402k, even 90 is a pretty good score for that price. But I feel like he can average 100, like Greenwood did last year. So I reckon he's a pretty good pick, even replacement for Rowell. Or Taranto is probably the best option to replace if you did have Rowell. Zeeble, 113. He doesn't play defense, but he just racks up all the kicks, all the GPs, had about 25 touches, and very efficient as well. So Zeeble's a very good pick. And now after Campbell and Warner, the Sydney duo, look, Warner played very well. Had a lot of it. Used it pretty well as well. And Campbell's obviously one of the best ball users in the league already, according to some commentators. So he'll get, I reckon, 70s, 80s with his efficiency. So you got to have him where it's in the middle of the forward line. Then Bergman and Brock were pretty disappointing, but they were on my bench, which didn't cost me at all. But yeah, Bergman played off half back, not in the forward line, the mid. And with his athleticism, he can be, I reckon, a good interceptor. So he could get average 60, 50, but I don't know about Bergman. And obviously Rowe, the small forward. I don't think he was scoring 100 every week, but I guess he did kick 3 goals or 2 goals. So he's not going to do that every week, but if he averages 70 or 80, it's a very big win for Rowe. And for the trades this week, a lot of people were getting James Jordan, and he did look good on the weekend. The only reason I didn't start him was because he didn't look good in the Amy game. But James Jordan, I don't know if he'll go out though, because Viney, Hibbard, some others are coming back from Melbourne. So if Jordan has an average game, he might get pushed out, but we'll see how that goes. And yeah, look, a lot of people have traded out Downey, a lot of people trading Jordan, and look, Neil and Gordon. I don't get why people are trading out Neil and Gordon after one round. I think it's just ridiculous. But yeah, Bailey Smith. I feel like Bailey Smith's too inconsistent to have. Tom Mitchell's a good pick this year. It's a lot of cheapies, and yeah, thanks for watching.